NCAA basketball tournaments. Don't miss anything. Keep your radio locked in right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the only man to give death a near Johnny experience, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And I'm so happy to be with y'all because today, well, it's a day like, well, not very many other. How many times you get to start a World Series and the NBA season all in the same day? Well, guess what? Today we do. Now, I want to know, and I'm going to give you a little ocean blue question. We're going to flex our muscles today at 2 o'clock. You can win $25 to Ocean Blue. You got to tell me, what are you more excited about? The World Series or the start of the NBA season? We're going to do this at 2 o'clock, $25. But you know what I'm going to do before? I'm going to give you just a little bit of Peter here in a minute. A little Peter in the afternoon with my very good friend Peter Edmiston. We're going to talk about the NBA season. Then at 1:30, JL Grinding, John Luke McCord is going to come on and talk college football because, yes, it does feel so good, and college football is in full effect. Then around, 1:50-ish, I'll give you a little NFL action, talk to you about how the Patriots are just great and it's annoying. And then at 2 o'clock, what are we going to do? We're going to flex our muscles. Are you more fired up about the World Series? Are you more fired up about the start of the regular season? Got so many questions to ask, and y'all are going to have to come in there and flex the muscles. And then I'm going to give you Hardwood. Oh, yes, because it feels so good. But let me remind you, y'all know who I am, your sports mixologist, John Harden. You know Gabe Coons got you all the way on the other side at 901-360-8255, the First Bank phone lines. And you can also follow him on Twitter at G_Coons71. And then I'm going to have my guy, Peter Edmiston, the man with the biggest head in sports talk radio. And by the way, I would be very honored to have the biggest head in radio, but that honor is bestowed on Peter. And that's why we're going to give you just, well, a little Peter in the afternoon.
It's time for a little Peter in the afternoon.
My baby gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon.
Here's John with Peter Edmiston.
Dude, don't tell me that doesn't just get you excited, Peter Edmiston. Don't you know that's the start of the NBA season when you're getting a little Peter in the afternoon?
It's been too long, buddy.
It has been too long, man. It's really good to hear from you. How you been?
I've been wonderful, man. We used to have the afternoon delight all the time, and then you don't do it as much anymore. I don't know, John. I'm a little worried.
Well, don't worry, because basketball season's back, so I'm going to annoy the bleep out of you, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to give the people what they want, and they want that big old brain of yours.
It's never annoying. It's never annoying, buddy. I love talking to you. Your buddy, our friend Gabe, old Muscle Milk over there. It's good. It's good to be on the Johnny Radio Happy Hour program. I love it.
Me and Peter, our heads are actually very comparable in size. Like, I have a big head as well.
Wow.
But his is still bigger. I mean,
yeah, I was about to
it's
say,
kind of hard to beat it.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie to you, dude. I ain't quite that big, but hey, man, we all can't be basically, well.
I mean, listen, some of us are blessed and some of us are not, and that's okay. We are all good, and the Lord loves us all in our own ways, and that's beautiful. But you're right. Gabe is the only person I've seen, I want to say, really ever, who comes close. Like, he's right there. He's not far off at all.
I know that.
It makes me feel good. I always like commiserating with my fellow gigantic-headed friend.
Well, you're going to get to see him a little bit more in the afternoon coming up, but we'll tell people about that coming up here in the future as things change a little bit up here. But I do have to ask you straight up off the bat, flat out, very simply, are you more excited, Peter Edmiston, about the NBA or the World Series?
John, come on. Come on.
It's the regular
Are
season.
you asking me that? Are you asking me that for real?
It's just Lakers, Clippers, and Pelicans, Raptors. So,
it's just baseball. I mean, I don't know.
so at 7:00, you're going to be watching Pelicans, Raptors. I take it.
Absolutely.
I knew it.
I will be checking in on the baseball. A good slap of the leather and the old horse hide getting thrown around and the smell of the grass and all that good stuff. Sure, absolutely. I'll be checking in on that, see what's going on.
Well,
but, my attention will be mostly, even without Zion, will be on Pelicans, Raptors, and then certainly on Lakers, Clippers.
A little crack of the bat, a little pop of the mitt,
That's right. Little buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack, and I don't care if I never get back and all that stuff. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Oh, this is too good. Now I got to ask you, though, this is the real stuff that I wanted to bring the man with the big brain on.
You didn't bring me in to talk baseball? Okay.
No,
I
did not.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not. But we have, I want to talk a little bit of basketball, like real deal, like Lakers and Clippers, the fact that they're playing each other tonight. I think it gives me a great opportunity to talk about LeBron, Anthony Davis, and then I think the real team in Los Angeles, which is the Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, that you just take a team last year that took a healthy Oklahoma City to 6 games and you just drop, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. He's already got 2 MVPs. He's got 2 titles. Who knows? I think he could get it a third. An aging LeBron and AD on that team still feels more like a wreck, while the actually Clippers look more like a Ferrari. Am I seeing things wrong or am I seeing things right?
Oh, I think you're very quick to throw out the wreck term. I mean, that's a little harsh.
It is very harsh, but I'm honestly, like I said,
I don't get it. I mean, I can understand your frustration with LeBron for some of the China stuff, and I can understand your frustration, with that sort of thing. But like in terms of on the court, as long as the guy is healthy, and he's been, apart from again last year, he's been like one of the horses of the NBA, man. He does not miss a bunch of time. He's been very healthy. AD, on the other hand, not so much. We'll have to kind of see how that goes. They'll manage them as best they can, but I think as long as they play, 60, 65 games in that neighborhood, I mean, that still lets you miss a month and a half. As long as they do that, they're going to be right there in the mix. And I think much like the Clippers, you got to remember with these teams, John, I think like these are all veteran-laden teams. LeBron has won championships. Anthony Davis has been in the league for a while, has had a few playoff appearances. Kawhi's champion. Paul George has made plenty of playoff runs throughout his career. These guys all kind of know how to manage themselves. And these teams are not going to be as concerned about home court advantage as they are about making sure guys are healthy. So that means they win, 52 games as opposed to like 56. That's fine as long as come April, those guys are all ready and 100% and ready to go.
Now, what I'm trying to get, and I'm not saying a train wreck, a car wreck already. It's just I'm already hearing people trying to tell me, or at least trying to sell me this morning on ESPN, because it's basically what they're doing. They're selling the NBA to everybody this morning, and they're trying to sell and push that this could be the Western Conference Finals championship. Oh my goodness! And if people really believe that the Lakers are going to be in the Western Conference Finals, well, I need to ask you why. Because I look at that team, you already have, my man's already injured, Kuzma, their number 3. I only see 2 guys on that team, and I just don't think that 2 dudes can really win a championship when it's actually about 6 deep this year.
Yeah, and I think those 2 dudes are extremely good. And on top of that, they have a bunch of solid guys. That's what they haven't always had. As much as all the nonsense thrown out there, they're going to have reasonable players out there. You're going to see LeBron James late in games end up being your point guard. I think a guy like Danny Green is going to play a tremendous role for them in just playing competent wing minutes, good defense, can shoot the ball.
So you're buying the Lakers?
Yeah, I think they're right there. I don't see too many teams I would put ahead of them. So
you don't think that the Clippers roster is far superior and their coaching situation?
The coaching situation remains to be seen. I think, it's a weird deal in LA with the Lakers. I don't know, what that's going to end up looking like 2 months down the line. With Jason Kidd as kind of just sitting right there. Yeah, I think Lionel will be useful and happy to be part of it, and I think he's a very good teacher if those guys will kind of listen to him. As far as I would be nervous about Jason Kidd. Frank Vogel, though, is a well-established good coach. Is he Greg Popovich? No, but I mean the guy is schematically very sound and did some wonderful things with that Pacers team for a long time. I don't think he's a bad coach at all. Doc Rivers, the connection that he has with his players is probably better, but roster-wise, I think the Clippers are probably a little deeper, but how much are we going to see Paul George once he comes back from his injury? He's not going to be playing for the first probably 3 weeks or so. Kawhi, last year he played about 60 regular season games. Let's see, that probably seems about right. He was very load managed. He'll continue to be load managed. So that's going to affect the Clippers. I think they're very good. I think Clippers should probably be your favorite to win.
That's what I was going to say. Best team in the West. Do you think it's the Clippers?
I think in the playoffs right now it's probably the Clippers. But I don't think it's that. I don't think there's a ton of difference, honestly. Like, if LeBron and AD are playing,
I think the Nuggets are better than LeBron's, Lakers. Heck, I think they're. I just feel like
I don't know. I think the Nuggets are good, but I can't go there with them. You've seen. I don't think. I think they're very good, but again, I don't think you can definitively say that they're going to be better than LeBron's Lakers. There are a lot of really good teams in the West. I think the Rockets are just getting completely overlooked by a lot of folks, and I think that's going to be better in the regular season than people think.
Yeah, Harden's good, man.
Harden's good, and Westbrook is, I think, it seems based on early evidence, ready to kind of take a little bit of a back seat. Which, if he does that, he's going to be a phenomenal number two player, as long as he's willing to be that guy. So that's a huge bonus for them. Like Portland is just kind of sitting there. Utah revamped group.
I was going to say
they're all
they
going to
look
be pretty good. I think you'll see a lot of teams that are within 4 or 5 games of each other. Low 50s, high 40s kind of thing.
Well, the West looks stacked to me. I'm wondering, where do the Grizzlies now? Because I do have to get to the Grizzlies a little bit. I was wanting to start in LA.
15th out of 15.
I was going to say, are they at the very bottom? Whoa, like dead last. I didn't expect you to say dead last. I was ready for 11 or 12.
No.
Okay.
I can't really. In terms of roster, in terms of proven guys, who's got a worse roster than the Grizzlies?
Okay, moving on.
In the West. Who's? I'm serious.
No, you're right.
The Suns,
100%.
the Suns have got a bunch of
young first round
pretty
picks.
Good. Proven guys. Like Ricky Rubio is a proven NBA guy, the best point guard they've had in Phoenix in quite a while. Since they had 3 of them and then decided to trade them all away. Other than that, DeAndre Ayton is going to be solid. Booker is a bucket. Guy's going to score 30 a game if he wants to. I don't know how useful those points will be, but they'll be there. That's a decent group that they've got. It's not going to win a bunch of games, but it's going to be better than they've been in the past. And again, the Grizzlies, right now, if you look at their starting lineup, it'll be John Morant, Jaren Jackson, and Jonas Valanciunas for sure. And Valanciunas will start tomorrow, even though he's not played a bit of preseason. They'll have him on a minutes restriction, but he will start. The 2 and the 3 are the issues. Who's going to play wing play? It'll be probably Dylan Brooks and Jay Crowder based on what we've seen in the preseason. But that's not a real strong 2-3, and that's your money-making spots right there. John Morant's going to create a bunch of open looks. Who's going to knock him down? Who's going to make those shots? In the preseason against NBA teams, the Grizzlies shot, how much? You know what they shot from 3 against NBA teams?
No.
The 2 international games out of it? 27%. 27.
Wow.
That's not good.
That is,
they shot 39% from the field overall. Not good. So, and if you take Dylan Brooks out of the mix in that one game that he had in Oklahoma City, it actually goes down to 23%. So you can create all the open shots you want, but I don't think they have got the roster to actually make them. And that's probably not going to change too much this year. I shouldn't change what the Grizzlies are going to do long term. It's just part of the rebuild process. But this year, I think there's going to be a lot of L's. Wowzers.
All right, well, I have to ask you a couple questions from the text line. One guy wants to know about Jaren Jackson Jr., Trey J. How do you see him this year, and what do you see for his future?
Yeah, I think it's interesting with Jaren this year. So far, he's really struggled by his standards in the preseason, especially on offense. Defense has been okay, except for the fouls, which he's going to have to figure that thing out. I don't know if that's something he needs to be doing or something from a teaching standpoint that has got to just be drilled into him. But really, it's been disappointing because his foul rate has been even worse this preseason than it was last year, and it was pretty bad last year for his rookie campaign. On offense, though, that's where I'm really most concerned. He finished around the basket about 39%, right around the rim this so far in preseason against the NBA teams. That's terrible. I mean, that's league average is about 55%, and among bigs it's probably closer to 60. And he's finishing at 39. That's not great. He's got to be physically stronger and better finishing. I think he can be. He's got all the talent in the world. It's just a matter of what does he want to be in this offense? Is he going to be an outside-in guy, or is he going to go back to rim runs, stealing, and then working his way back out the way that he was with J.B. Bickerstaff? That's still kind of up in the air right now, and I don't think he looks comfortable with his role just yet. So I'm not like, you don't need to sound the alarm on Jaren Jackson Jr. or anything like that. He's going to be a really, really good player, but it may not be just that steady year-over-year growth. It might be more stair-step. Take a big jump, then kind of plateau. Take another big jump, and then kind of plateau. So far, it looks like it's probably more plateau this year, and we'll see how it happens. We'll see what happens and what changes when he plays the 4 with Jonas next to him. That'll make a big difference, too.
Now, whenever you want to listen to Grizzlies stuff and whenever you want to hear about the Grizzlies, or if you want to read about the Grizzlies especially, read The Athletic, and that's my man Peter Adamston. He's with The Athletic. He's covering the Grizzlies. And also listen from 7 to 10 on Sports 56 right here with CJ and Peter. I'm looking over at CJ's ugly mug. He's looking very actually good today for an ugly mug. But as I'm talking to you, and I know that you are the Grizzlies master of all masters, one person asked me, why is no one talking about the Warriors? And from what I read, Clutch Sports already dropped an article basically saying that, Steve Kerr doesn't think Klay Thompson is coming back this season is all. If they have Klay, basically the Warriors are done, right?
Yeah, I mean, Steve Kerr was on the radio this morning in the Bay Area, and he said don't expect Klay Thompson, that they don't expect Klay Thompson back at any point in the regular season. So if that's the case, then if you've watched in the preseason, they don't. It's Steph's. I've already said on my show, John. I think Steph wins scoring title this year. I think he averages close to 40 a game because I don't know
how else they're going to score
points.
Yeah,
I mean the second best player is Draymond Green, who is an exceptional playoff player and an unbelievable defender. As long as He's an unbelievable piece
around a bunch of stars. Like, he is the glue that keeps stars together, but he can't be the star.
Well, he's just a phenomenal mind, and he makes amazing reads, but they have to be helped out by other people who can follow his lead. And the group they've got right now, not much. I mean, you're talking about, they started Alfonso McKinney at their wing spot about half their preseason, and then ended up having to cut him because they wanted to keep Marquise Chris, who they were impressed with. So I don't even know what they're going to look like from a wing position standpoint. It drops off hugely after Steph, Draymond, D'Angelo Russell, and then whoever their big is going to be, the starting big will be, whether it's Cauley Stein or Looney. It's beyond that. There's not much, man. I'm not sure they make the playoffs, to be honest with you.
All right, now there's two quick things. One, a texter named Nunzio texted and says, Peter, me and you got big heads. We should hang out.
Nunzio, my man, I'm with you.
In another
Give me a hat.
one,
Wherever you buy the hats, give me a hat.
And CJ says, what is Snaction Jackson Jr.? What is Jaren Snaction Jr.? I don't even, what is this?
I don't know what that is. Snaction Jackson there was no video game named Snaction Jackson.
Oh, Snaction Jackson was a video game?
Uh-huh. Oh, they may have been referencing what we did this morning when we were making food-related puns at Zion Williamson's expense.
That's got to be what
Mo
it
Gumbo
is.
and Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Marco Jelly Belly. I mean, there's so many good ones. You can just keep going.
That is really good. You are funny, Peter. Now,
Bisquick Biombo. That was my favorite.
Tracy McGravy.
Tracy McGravy.
Yeah, Tracy McGravy. Yep, that's right.
I like that. The only one that I can think of I can't say on air because it involves the F word. But anyway.
Oh.
And then, by the way,
Wait. It's
stopping you now.
hey,
it's a
have you
food
ever
pun.
looked at,
Why do you have
the
to
other
use
one?
the F word? Like, I don't get it.
Well, food usually leads to that. Don't you go out to dinner before on a date, and then you? Never mind. Anyway,
Everything leads to that for you, John.
Anyway, we're
God
doing a little
bless.
afternoon Peter in the morning. You know what I'm saying, or in the afternoon. We're giving the people what they want. Now, I got to take things from me laughing my tail off to actually a little bit serious, and you know I'm not very
No.
good at the serious. But
Don't do that.
the whole geopolitical situation with
Oh,
LeBron
geez.
James, the NBA, is it going to dissipate and disappear here in the next couple weeks, or is this something that's going to be like a year-long, 2-year thing, like the cat thing was for the NFL? Is this going to be Daryl Morey and LeBron James NBA all season long, or are we going to move past this?
Yeah, I think that still is very much up in the air. I don't know. I think based on what we saw yesterday with a lot of players signing extensions that it didn't really look likely a week or so ago, I think there may be a lot of teams that are starting to get a little concerned about long-term money, long-term cap situations, and wanted to get guys locked up before they ended up having to be squeezed out potentially based on what the cap may do over the next couple of years. I don't think there's going to be much cap change this year. A lot of what's happened has already been baked into the cap for next year.
But you don't see it going up
that-
over the next couple of years, do you? I mean, we went
Oh,
from
no, well, I mean,
66 million.
It should go up. I mean, the projection is that it'll go up between 8 and 10 million.
Oh,
But that's gamed out. They typically are. It's a year or so out with the projection, so that may not change. But then beyond that, there could be ramifications. I mean, that still is yet to be determined based on what happens with a lot of the companies that are doing business with the NBA in China. So yeah, it's definitely something that is on the minds of a lot of people. And to be honest, a lot of even ownership folks don't necessarily know, because the actual numbers that are coming in from China and the specific deals are done on certain ownership committees that I don't think even every owner has access to all of that information. So it's something of a black box right now to try to figure out how those numbers are going to look over the next couple of years. But I certainly think it's something that they are, concerned about going forward. Was it the right moral thing to do? I think taking the right stand for human rights is always the right moral thing to do. But that doesn't mean that there's not consequences to doing.
It's like I simply say, golden rule always works. Compassion over capitalism, things like that, usually can't get you in trouble if you go with that.
That's the thing with capitalism, John. You always reach that friction point, buddy. There's always
Yes,
that.
you always do.
There's always that point, isn't there?
There sure is. Now, last but not least, and I promise you I'm going to let you go, but one texter wanted to know, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard. LeBron has 3 NBA rings. Kawhi has 2. LeBron's played 16 seasons. Kawhi played 8. If Kawhi and the Clippers actually win another title, is there any chance that Kawhi could steal LeBron's thunder as the best player in the on the planet, and we could see just a bunch of craziness going on, and Kawhi all of a sudden be elevated? I mean, because literally, like, Kawhi it feels like to me came out of nowhere to elevate himself to where he's at. And to even speak about him in the same breath with LeBron James just shows that first MVP with the Spurs was not a jinx. What he did in Toronto was flat out amazing. Dude is a baller, and he is a lot quiet. I mean, he's a quiet dude, doesn't talk a whole lot, doesn't do a bunch of commercials. But when it comes to playing the game, man, he's got the hardware, he's got the titles, and he's pretty damn good.
I mean, I think right now it's too early, even if he wins the title, to say that, because I give LeBron enormous basketball credit for longevity and the fact that he made 8 straight finals appearances.
Yep.
I don't care what the circumstances are around that. That's extraordinary. And the physical wear and tear.
What about 15 All-Star games too, man? That's pretty sick.
Well, I'm just saying, from the playoffs to make finals, you have to go through 3 rounds of playoff competition. Every year, guys, you're getting the best shot, 7-game series over and over and over again. You're playing 15, 20 extra games per year. He's played the equivalent of 3 or 4 extra seasons because of all the playoff appearances and all the playoff games that he's had. His body, in terms of minutes, if you add his playoff minutes in his regular season minutes, I think he's like second all time. I mean, he's ahead of Jordan in terms of minutes that already that he's played. So his longevity puts him way up there because he's been really good in addition to being available and pushing his team consistently all the way through. So that's huge for me. Kawhi hasn't done that. That's not necessarily his fault. That's just, I think I have to take that into consideration.
And I agree, and I was going to say, well, there's one other thing. As much as people constantly just say, well, LeBron James has 3 rings, Kawhi has 2. If he wins another championship, he'll have the same amount as LeBron James. Yes, he will have the same amount of rings, but LeBron has 4 seasoned MVPs, like 4 of them. He also has 12 all
and again,
first
look
team
how many
teams.
times was he favored in those series? How many times
He was an underdog almost every time.
Team? I mean, all that stuff.
Miami.
There's really only been one major series that LeBron has played
Dallas.
in, where that Dallas series, the first finals, where he was notably like underperforming. You could say that the 2010, the last one with Cleveland, he certainly had one game that was horrendous, but there were other circumstances surrounding that one. But the Dallas finals, he's got to own that. That was really, really bad. Other than that, he's been pretty much flawless. And I just think he's outstanding and deserves a ton of respect. But what I would say about Kawhi is I think the guy has a chance if he makes another run in the postseason. And if the Clippers win a championship and he is healthy and he's the guy that gets that job done for them, then he has a chance to go down as one of the best, if not the best, postseason player of all time. His ability to step it up in the postseason, what he did for the Spurs in that 2014 final series.
That block will always go down as one of the greatest plays I've ever seen.
I mean, it was kind of the eye opener for the world of just how incredible this guy is. Last year's run with Toronto was sensational, given the fact that he wasn't fully healthy. But that game 7 shot,
the shot from the corner too,
the rim, that was amazing. I mean, the guy was just superb. So he as a postseason Terminator, closer, all that stuff, he is way up on the list. And you add another title he's going to be hard to compete when it comes to a big game. Just an unbelievable player.
Man, Big Shot Rob style. But you know how it is. Hey, Big Shot Rob is Peter's style. He's got the biggest head in sports. He's also the best writer. Read all his work at The Athletic. He covers the Grizzlies, plus talks about them all day, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., Monday through right here on Sports 56 with CJ Hurt. Peter, thank you for allowing me to turn 10 minutes into 25. I'm sure this is the longest time you've ever given anybody a little Peter in the afternoon.
No, you'd be surprised about that one, John. But I would also give a lot of credit to my neck. My head gets a lot of attention, but really the neck is the uncung hero because it holds the thing up.
It holds everything up.
It's not really one of the strongest necks in the business as well. So shout out to my neck.
Shout out to that. I'm crying. I love you, Peter. You just made me cry. Have a great day, brother. That's Peter Edmiston, y'all. Make sure you follow him. It's very simple. On Twitter, it's at Peter Edmiston. That's at Peter Edmiston, just his name. He also writes for The Athletic. If you're not following them, it's at The Athletic Memphis if you care about the Grizzlies. If you want the whole thing, you can just go at The Athletic NBA. They're both wonderful, and you can read all of Peter's work there. But you can hear him every morning right here from 7 to 10 with CJ Hurt. Whatever you do, JL Grindin's next. So don't touch that dial as we go from NBA to college football on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Welcome back to Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery Trivia. Now to the next question. Susan and Tom just ordered a party-sized bag of candy, a piñata, and a karaoke machine for their kid's 8th birthday party, all using Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery. Assuming there are 10 rambunctious kids at the party, what else will she need to order in one day? Adam.
Aspirin?
Correct. Introducing One-Day Delivery from Amazon Prime. Order from millions of items. Tranquility delivered.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, iBuyHouses can get you your money quickly. iBuyHouses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. iBuyHouses.
I hired Nuptial Num-Nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
It's happening. Wherever plays are being made, tickets are being sold, and fans are lining up. ADP is designing a better way to work. With industry-leading HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, more companies rely on ADP than any other HR partner to help step up their game. From small business to global enterprise. See how ADP can help you and your people achieve what you're working for at design.adp.com. ADP, always designing for people.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday at 5 right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Drew, who do we got in the studio with us this week?
This week on the show, John and I are joined in studio by former University of Memphis Tigers wide receiver Joe Craig as we break down the Tulsa game and get you ready for the big AAC matchup against SMU.
Thanks, Drew. We'll be here Sunday on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. The Blue and Gray Show, where we talk Tigers with Tigers.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
Yo, 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 I am your pusher, man. Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was the first Peter in the afternoon of the year. Well, of the new season. Because I think I gave y'all a little Peter in the afternoon last year at the end of, the basketball season, because you know how it starts in this year and then it goes into next year. Unlike baseball, how it starts in 1 year and ends in 1 year, basketball goes through December into January. It's like a whole, 2019-2020 season. But the 2019 to 2020 season, I just gave you your first bit of Peter, and I'm sure y'all loved it. And we also learned from that segment that might not be the longest segment of the year, even though it was 25 minutes, because Peter says he can go a little bit longer. We'll see. We're going to have to find out later on this year. But now I'm about to switch gears from basketball over to college football, and y'all know that I love me some college football, and there's not very many people that know more about college football than John Luke McCord, JL Grindin on Twitter. Give him a follow. John Luke, how is life treating you, my brother?
Man, it's sunny and beautiful here, and the college football season is moving right along. So, it's everything. What could be better?
Dude, you aren't lying when you say it's moving right along. Can I ask you, straight off the bat, something that infuriated me this weekend, and I kind of lost it on Twitter, and then I stopped tweeting because I started calling people idiots when I shouldn't, because they were saying stupid things like, hold on, where's that tweet? I want to read it, and then you can actually find it and know who exactly the person I'm talking about and calling him an idiot is. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Well, I probably will, but he basically said that Jake Fromm is better for Georgia and Josh Fields is better for Ohio State. There's no controversy. They're both where they need to be at the programs that fit them best. Sometimes things just work out. No controversy here. And I just want to say this very simply. BS. Justin Fields makes any team in the country better. Any team except for possibly Alabama, LSU, and Clemson, and Oregon. And maybe those four are, in Oklahoma, Justin. Well, but the thing is, I feel like Lincoln Riley could take any quarterback and make them amazing. So you can throw them into Oklahoma, knock out Oklahoma. Because basically, from Jalen Hurts to Baker Mayfield to Kyler Murray, we're learning that Lincoln Riley is just the machine. And I'm just sorry.
Yeah,
Justin Fields is so much better than Jake Fromm.
Well, yeah, he's more impressive than Jake Fromm, no question about it. And certainly Jake Fromm hasn't had the type of season, I think that he would have wanted to, just to come out and look. This is almost like that free agent year. You're working on the big contract this year, and he just, it's not been the year he wanted to put forth. With that being said, I mean, so look, Justin Fields, like I said, more impressive. He's more fun to watch. He's more athletic. He's more physically gifted. And he's gone to a place where all of that can shine at Ohio State. And, last week, and I've sort of had that sentiment too. I wouldn't say no controversy involved. I did think maybe the best fit was either or. One thing I would say, though, is if Justin Fields had stuck around,
he'd be starting.
That would have meant, no question, but it would have meant more work and more sort of adjustment for Kirby Smart and staff, and maybe that was part of the thing, and I know that they've swapped offensive coordinators there and a couple times since Kirby's been there, and so I wonder if sort of keeping things status quo, hey, we've got all these running backs signed here, we know we can be good running the offense we're running, and we don't really want to have to change and adjust and go through the potential growing pains of inserting a young Justin Fields in here to be sort of change the offense. And so I know that all sounds pretty crazy, but I feel like that it was the easier option to stay with Fromm for Kirby Smart. And thus that's going to mean the other guy's out the door. He knows his worth, he knows his talent, and he's out the door. And so again, I think Kirby Smart, the more I think about it, guys, the more I would adjust my answer to say, look, Kirby Smart took the easier road by staying with the incumbent here. And look,
yeah, and he didn't do it the year earlier with Jacob Eason. Look, let me just tell you, this is where it's simple for me. There's not a throw that I've seen that Justin Fields can't make. There's a couple throws that I've seen Jake Fromm cannot make. He doesn't have the legs of Justin Fields, period. And Kyle Trask has got better numbers and is having a better season than Jake Fromm. Justin Fields does not lose at home to South Carolina. He got Will Muschamp. And when you got Will Muschamp, you're Will Muschamp to me. And I'm sorry, Jake Fromm is not. I mean, he's a 6'2", 220-pound average quarterback. Justin Fields is 6'3", 230 pounds, runs a 4.4 40 legit, and has got 1,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, 1 interception. My man Jake, and he's ran for 8 touchdowns. Jake Fromm's got 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 INTs, a few fumbles, and he's ran for a touchdown. I mean, it's not even comparable.
Yeah, and one reason that he did replace Jacob Eason, though, that year before is potentially
Injury.
because But yeah, absolutely. And because, look, Jacob Eason went on the road and got shellacked by an Ole Miss team. It was pretty good back in that time. But, I mean, still like 45-17 or something crazy. I mean, so look.
My point is that there's not much difference between Eason and Fromm, and Eason just got smoked by Justin Hebert. We're finding out that Eason is okay. We're finding out that Jacob Fromm is just okay. I'm just saying Justin Fields is like a top 5 talent, and you let him go and he was on your roster. And I basically, if you got to see him every day, how you let him go, it has me question your coaching ability. I'm sorry. You can recruit like a mama, Kirby Smart. You got more 5-stars than even Alabama. He's recruited more 5-stars than Nick Saban, more than anybody in his first year as his coaching, even Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban. You put anybody out there, Kirby Smart has more talent around him than any coach in the country, and that's a fact, just according to the rankings, et cetera. And he had Justin Fields on campus and let him go. That is bad coaching, in my opinion.
A North Georgia kid, by the way. This isn't a kid who went back home to the Midwest.
No.
I mean, This
Exactly.
is a kid who went back up north.
His dream was to be a
literally
Georgia
from North
quarterback.
Georgia. Yes. And so, I mean, that's certainly – and, you know, what all was the tension potentially between Fields and the coaching staff, between Fields' thoughts and offensive philosophy? I mean, you know, at some point, Fields is probably looking at an offense that, frankly, has not really ever had a ton of receivers since Kirby's been there. I mean, it's easy to look up the road. Clemson's got a ton of them. Heck, Ole Miss was even able to put together a receiver. You know, Justin Fields didn't have that. He was looking at an offense that was featuring the running backs. And so, look, I think that they've certainly got some good ones around him in Ohio State, but they were about making running backs stars in Georgia when Justin Fields was there. And I think that also could have led to it.
But you still had him on campus.
Justin Fields just made a great decision. Yeah. I think he just made a great decision for himself. Kirby's going to have to obviously he's going to have to pay for some of what comes along with that. And so I think another thing here is how is Kirby hurting himself with quarterbacks down the road? I mean, a quarterback has obviously made the big name of himself by leaving that program. And Jake Fromm, as you mentioned, has if anything regressed over the last couple of years. And so
we talked about this. I want to interrupt you real quick.
Issue with quarterbacks.
I want to interrupt you real quick because I wanted to bring in a conversation. I think me and you, or me and Wimberly had off the air. It was me and you or me and Jake. I can't remember. And we were talking about how basically, you know, Justin Fields, you know, going to Ohio State, blah, 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 or whatever, that, you know, Kirby Smart, basically, you have to be a better talent evaluator. And if you have somebody that you literally see that is as talented as a human being as Justin Fields has proven to be, you got to keep them. But this is what we talked about off the air. Do you remember all those leaked reports about how Justin Fields couldn't pick up the offense? Justin Fields just wasn't quite smart enough to run the offense. Remember the whole thing also, Ryan Day's offense is, you got to be there at least 2 years. It's so difficult to learn. Where do you think all those leaks were coming from? Well, I mean, do you see what I'm saying? They were coming from Georgia, homie. They were coming straight from all the people that I talked to at Georgia. I mean, I could call them out. I should call them out. But they were all like basically saying, I even went on the air and said, I don't know if Justin Fields is going to start at Ohio State in the year one after listening to the BS that they fed me on the telephone, telling me that he couldn't pick up the offense at Georgia. How's he going to pick up Ryan Day's offense? You know how difficult and how there's more reads in Ryan Day's offense, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going, wow, they might be right. Well, I guess they were wrong because 1,492 yards, 22 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he's completing 69% of his passes. Actually, and at home, he's completing 72.9% of his passes. But on the year, like I said, he's completing 69% of his passes, rushed for 8 and thrown for 22 and had 1 interception. And you're going to tell me that those leak reports didn't come from Georgia? And I'm going to tell you that's BS.
Yeah, I mean, who else would have been out there? I mean, it's not like a school that he almost chose over Georgia was sort of out there trying to get, out for blood. I mean, no, they had to be coming from that staff, no question about it.
And doesn't it make you kind of think to yourself that, like, either like, were they trying to poison the well? Were they already trying to prepare their fan base? Like, I don't understand why they were doing all that. If it's obviously Justin Fields has proven all those reports to be unequivocally false.
No, I think if anything, trying to give an excuse, like you mentioned, for the fan base, the staff of some sort, just to say, hey, here's why we did what we did, or here's why we handled it that way, I guess.
Yep. Now, I got to talk to you about the most important thing, and that's Ole Miss football. Tell me what is going on and all the goods that you got on the Rebels, brother.
Listen, Ole Miss is frankly having some trouble giving games away this year. I think, or what I should say is, look, they're not maybe a good enough team, I would say, to give games away entirely.
They just can't steal them yet.
They can't steal them, and they're having trouble. That's a good way to say it. Having trouble finding or learning how to win. And so, look, mistakes like they've made, in the third quarters and late in games, it's hurting them. And I think that you could really start to say, hey, this is a team that's probably going to finish at 5 wins, potentially 4 wins. And it's going to be the near misses that they had this season that could have given them an opportunity. They obviously had a chance to make it a much stronger game or a much closer game against Missouri. I still don't know with their inability to get Kelly Bryant to the ground would have allowed them to win that game. But Texas A&M, honestly, it's a team I think Ole Miss could have put a better performance against. It's a team that they had a chance to beat within the game. Certainly, I think A&M's got a better roster, a better outlook going forward. But at this point, Kellen Mond doesn't make them that much better than most anyone on the field. And so he can be hot and cold, but he's cold a lot. And frankly, guys, I can look back to the Memphis game. And I think Ole Miss fans would point more to we played better if we played them again. That's here and there. Mm-hmm. I think Ole Miss gave away opportunities within that game. Memphis went out there and won it. They were the better team that day. But Ole Miss certainly gave some opportunities away. So you start to add all these things up, and then the win total at the end of the year, especially when it's finalized and done with, it's going to hurt and it's going to sting, and that's what's going to loom over this season right now. And frankly, that's not the kind of stigma you want around your program with a new athletic director who's going to be coming in here shortly, and he's going to be wanting to make some waves and get some credit with his fan base. And I just think there's one easy decision to make in that athletics department that would do that, and it's certainly not firing Mike Bianco, and it's certainly not firing Kermit Davis. It is revamping the football program. And so Matt Luke's done, I think, a great job considering the situation and considering his talent. But it's not a good enough job to win in the SEC. Matt Luke was a guy that, check this out, guys, was on his way out, likely, as offensive line coach just a few years ago before he took the head coaching job. And, yeah, he was on his way out. He had opportunities to leave and go to Troy, be a head coach. He had an opportunity before he was told that he would be the interim if anything happened to Freeze, that he had an opportunity to go to South Carolina, be the offensive line coach. But frankly, whatever it was, it really wasn't working at Ole Miss. If you guys remember back in the Freeze era, they were having so much trouble finding a run game. And frankly, outside of incredible left tackles they had there for about 6 years, from Laramie Tunsil to Greg Little.
Yeah, to Little.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense why they could protect enough in the passing game, but the running game was just, it was anemic, and so they
But they kept going for those little bitty backs that were always scat backs and always small. It seems like they never had that big physical back, you know what I mean? But anyway.
Yeah, and so considering what Freeze left the situation to be, and Matt Luke taking it over in a bit of a situation where he was in over his head from the beginning, then I think he's done a good job. Again, I don't think it's a good enough job to stick around in the SEC. And so I think at some point, Ole Miss, new leadership, because we're talking about an AD that won't be disliked coming in more than likely, but a chancellor and leader of the university who's hiring the athletics director who's very disliked. And so I just don't know if some statements aren't made in that athletics department this offseason.
I think Bo Nix has no chance of upsetting LSU and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is playing as good a quarterback as anybody in the country, period. I think LSU rolls. We got week 10 as a bye, and then November 9th, LSU, Alabama. Is Tua and his ankle, and no disrespect, I think Alabama, even without Tua, is going to roll over Arkansas. But if both teams are undefeated and if Tua is healthy, LSU, Alabama, November 9th, who you got?
I got LSU. Look, I think that they've got the speed, frankly, to really expose the Alabama defense. I mean, sort of when you've had some of the questions, and I know the Alabama defense is not like they're Ole Miss, but when you have some of the questions as in comparison to years past about that defense, I think those questions are going to be magnified that night. I think LSU's got their speed receivers on the edge. I think they've got the guys, and look, they're loaded at receiver. I mean, Racey McMath gets in the end zone last weekend against Mississippi State. He's by far not one of the top 3 or 4 guys in that group. And so, and again, the tight end play has been pretty good for LSU as well. I'm totally losing his name right now, but he's been able to get outside and get open in the flats, and he's been a comfort target, I would say, at times for Joe Burrow. Burrow always knows where he is to bail out of plays and things like that. And so, and then the running game, this LSU offense is pretty complete behind that running back too. And so, look, I think the LSU offense rolls that day. I think the defense is certainly good enough to go get some turnovers. I like what they do at corner. Certainly like Derek Stingley, a guy that not a lot of people challenge that often, but I think LSU is clearly the better team this year, and that's strange to say, but I think LSU is going to win that game, and I think, frankly, they got a chance to win it by more than 7.
Woo, I like it. John Luke McCord. Make sure you check him out on Twitter at JL Grindin. Read Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal. My man's taking care of business down there. Plus, he's doing play-by-play in color for all kinds of sports, from football, baseball, basketball, you name it. He's working it. Check him out on Twitter at JL Grindin. And he's always here every single Tuesday on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. John, you be good out there, brother.
Thanks, guys. See y'all.
See ya. That's my boy John Luke McCord. I'm late for a date. Not really, but I got to pay a few bills. We'll be right back. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But don't forget, MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Rollo and Stacks. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for Football Grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parent and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now, too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. We have exciting news. All premium members of ATC Fitness now have access to our newly added Hydro Massage Lounges. That's right, for only $25 a month, you'll have access to all 18 state-of-the-art facilities, access to tanning, and now access to the best massage unit on the market. Come in today and relax with a free demo. You deserve it. Don't forget, you can also sign up online. ATCFitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me
The way to the next whiskey bar. Show me that whiskey bar. And also do me a favor. If you like to go to the whiskey bar a lot, you're definitely going to need to go to MemphisFarmers.com. You're going to need some insurance, dadgummit. I promise you that. And farmers, they got your back. And when you go to MemphisFarmers.com, you're going to see Daniel Gatlin. His friends call him Chad. That way you'll know you heard it on the radio. Just go to MemphisFarmers.com, bing, bang, boom. You'll get a quote back in like 10 minutes. And guess what? Rates have gone down. Like, did y'all hear about that? So if the rates go down and you actually call and check, I guarantee you're going to save money by calling and checking with them. And just changing, have the exact same insurance policy. Nothing is different, but I'm saving $400 a year. That's simple. Like, yo, homie, fix this. Bing, bang, boom, fixed. Go to MemphisFarmers.com. Bing, bang, boom. My man Chad Gatlin's got your back. Now, I'm about to give you also some love because we're going to flex our muscles at 2 o'clock. And I want to know because today is the day the NBA season does start. Now, we don't get to see Zion. And that might take a little bit of excitement away. But the main entree is not the first. Like the appetizer is definitely the Pelicans game. The entree is the Clippers and the Lakers. I don't know where Peter is. He knows a lot more about basketball than I do. I know that for a fact. But I do think, they're going to have to prove to me something. I think this Lakers team, I don't care if it's got Anthony Davis and LeBron James on it. It has two pieces, one who's off injured, and then everybody else around him. Kyle Kuzma is not a number 3, and he's already injured. I'm sorry, that team to me looks slaw.
Well, you said slaw. I haven't heard that in a minute. But I think the Clippers' depth is a thing. I think it's.
Did they take the Golden State Warriors?
And I think their coaching. I know Peter talked about it earlier. He said the coaching is sort of similar. I don't think so.
Dude, Doc Rivers.
I think Doc Rivers is incredible, and he's got Ty Lue with him. So I think the coaching situation is pretty clear, and the depth is pretty clear. But at the same time, early in seasons, when you have a team like the Lakers, they're going to win some games, especially early in the season. Later down the road, when they're trying to manage the load, trying to deal with all that, I think they might drop some games. But I think early in the season, the Lakers will be a really good team.
Dude, Frank Vogel, is he not the coach of the Lakers, or am I on drugs? Like, Frank Vogel and Doc Rivers, are we on crack? Like, did somebody, you can't just, drink coffee and crack be in it, right? It doesn't work that way, does it? Okay, well, good. Then I guess my coffee's not spiked with crack.
Oh, no, you could. I'm sure
you
could?
Can,
yeah.
I don't think so. Or I don't know, man. Actually, 67129, I want to know. I don't think that's actually how it works, but anyway.
Actually, if you're hitting 67129 to say that it's okay, then we know something about you. Don't hit the text line, so we don't know that about you. Okay,
it could be a cop or a doctor.
I mean, you can. I'm sure. I'm sure
a counselor.
I'm sure you can put anything in your coffee.
Well, you know, the one time I ever got spiked, it was by my coffee. Did I ever tell you about Donna?
No.
I gave you her nickname. Date blank Donna.
Oh, no.
By the way, if you're listening out there, what's up, Donna? She got my brother. Now, do you remember?
Now I do, yeah.
Anyway, we are coming back and we are flexing our muscles, and I want to know truthfully, are you excited about the fact that we have the NBA season starting tonight? Is that what really gets your goose? Are you fired up for that? Or are you fired up for October baseball? I think you can kind of tell just by the way I talk. I am so fired up to see Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole go against these two lineups. This is the best pitching matchup in a World Series Game 1, honestly, in my lifetime I've ever seen. This might be the best pitching matchup when it comes to a playoff series in my lifetime I've ever seen. I know right off the bat when I think about it, I can't think of any better pitching matchup. I mean, this is sick. So I'm fired up about.
So give us
the World
your
Series.
Calls and
but
tell us what you're fired up for.
I'm not going to sit there and just because I'm fired up about the World Series, that's how it's going to win. You got to make sure you give me all the reasons why you're fired up about what. Whoever has the best call, they're going to win $25 to Ocean Blue, the best seafood bar on the planet. That's a $25 gift card, but you have to call 901-360-8255 and do it right now. That's 901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. Give us a call. We're going to flex our muscles. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Fall is fast approaching, and you know what that means. Time to start thinking about covering your pool. The best way to protect your pool, your loved ones, and your pocketbook is with the Safety Pool Cover. Mario's Pools on Exeter and Germantown has the best advertised price on all pool safety covers, solid and mesh. Keep your pool looking great year after year. A safety cover requires less maintenance, saves money on chemicals and water, prevents standing water, and extends the life of your liner. Call Mario's Pools at 552-3399. That's 552-3399. Or just walk in and see him in Germantown on Exeter Road. Plus, he specializes in pool closings. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Check out his reviews on Facebook. Protect your investment. Call Mario's Pools today. 552-3399.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Did you learn your ABCs when you were a kid? Well, as a grown-up, it's time to learn your CBDs, as in CBD edibles, oil tincture, pain cream, and beauty products. All found at your CBD store. With 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, North Germantown Parkway, and Goodman Road East. You'll find all natural, organic, and non-GMO products. Need to learn more? Your CBD store has a knowledgeable and friendly staff that can answer questions, help with choices, and put you at ease about your CBDs. Your CBD store with 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, Cordova, and South Haven. Your CBD store, making it as easy for you as ABC CBD.
Hi folks, Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like 2 engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infiniti of Memphis or online at infinitiofmemphis.com.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for information on breaking news, chances to win prizes, and video of all the shows. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now...
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I hope y'all enjoyed watching Haley's Comet. Did you see it fly? Me neither. Fell asleep. Dead gummit. I gotta wait to 2061. I'm gonna have to live. I'm gonna make it, y'all. By then, we should be having like an artificial heart, a new liver, all kinds of good stuff by then, I hope.
We'll be living to like 160 at that point.
I'm gonna need a new liver by then. For sure. For sure. Well, welcome back into Little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I'm very excited because I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff is going on today. We have NBA, the regular season, like no joke. It starts, I know it's November. It messes my head up too. It always feels like the regular season actually starts on Christmas Day of the NBA season for me. Like Christmas Day basketball, and like I know I see it, and it still feels like preseason. I know that they tell me it's the regular season. But then once Christmas Day gets here, I open up a few presents. I drink a few milk punches. Next thing you know, I'm like, let's watch some NBA, yo. But until then, I am so like NBA blah. But I am just one. Some people are like banging their head against the wall. They're so fired up about the NBA, they can't even contain it. I want to know, are you one of those people who are maybe because of baseball like me, I have to finish baseball. And then I can get into the NBA. World Series, I'm going to be locked in, especially one where I get to watch Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole pitch against each other. You got Jose Altuve and Juan Soto. I mean, like, yeah, I can go back and forth all day long and it absolutely just sound like a psycho baseball player, like baseball nut, which I am. But the NBA, look, Frank Vogel and Doc Rivers, I don't see a comparison. LeBron James, he is the king. But Kawhi's got 2 MVP rings. He's got 2 rings. He's got 2 finals and 2 MVPs. LeBron's got 3 rings. LeBron's got like a few finals. Like I've done the whole comparison, everything back and forth. And again, there's a lot of stuff. But when it comes to the playoffs, Kawhi is pretty much a monster. LeBron 3 rings, Kawhi 2. NBA seasons, LeBron 18, Kawhi 8. Playoffs played 13, Kawhi 7. All-Star games, but LeBron has 15 to Kawhi's 3, which is crazy. But this is where it's really messed up. MVPs in the finals. LeBron has 3, Kawhi's already got 2. If he gets a 3rd ring and a 3rd MVP finals, are we going to elevate Kawhi Leonard up to LeBron James status?
I think he's pretty close as of right now. What blows me away though with him is the fact that he's
nowhere.
No, I mean he's three All-Star games. Like you would think it would be more at this point, but like it's just who he was at the beginning of his career was not
2 all NBA first teams,
and
LeBron,
then 1
12.
second team, and then 1 second team. But like Kawhi at the beginning of his career was not even close. You know what I mean? He's a defensive guy. Couldn't really shoot that well, but he has elevated so much over his career, and then clearly that work ethic is there that I think he's just an absolute monster.
Monster, you ain't lying.
But we have a question, man, and you can win a $25 gift card to Ocean Blue Seafood and Bar.
That's ridiculous.
Like I don't know, jump at it. You know
and I don't
mean?
understand why y'all are so scared of the radio. Like I know I hear y'all do the 10 in a row and say yes and no. I'm just asking for your opinions. Come on, man. And Ocean Blue is the best seafood. I'm not joking with you. I'm serious as a heart attack. I have not until like Gabe told me about it. I kind of looked at him a little cross, and then it was weird how like a week later I was out there doing it. But they're out at 6600 Stage Road, Suite 118. It's Ocean Blue. Put it in your GPS. They're the 38134. 38134, baby, out in Bartlett. And I'm telling you, it is like you go out there, it is a unbelievable seafood experience. Plus, they got one of the best bars you've ever gone to. And they start their happy hour right when my show ends at 3 o'clock. They carry it to 6. But if you say, I'll listen to Johnny Radio's happy hour, they're going to say, well, you get to keep a happy hour till 8 o'clock. That's $3 Fireball, $4 tequila, $5 Jameson shots. Get out of town. Nope, I'm not going to.
Room for one more caller, 901-360-8255. The question you're answering is, what are you more excited for? It's a really simple question. This ain't rocket science here. What are you more excited for, the start of the World Series or the start of the NBA regular season? It's simple. It's
that simple. Dead gum simple.
That's
man.
That's not even. That's like your opinion. You know, it's
just basically
purely opinion.
You
it's
can
purely
say
opinion.
You got Pelicans and Raptors tonight. You got the Queen of the North. They were the King of the North last year. How fastly did they fall to the Queen, or actually the Jester of the North, and a weak team in the East? You got them playing the Pelicans without Zion, and then you got your like your entree is LeBron and Anthony Davis. Maybe the only game you'll see them together on the court healthy at the same time. Ooh, is that a shot? Yes, it was. Clippers with Doc Rivers, a team that went and took a healthy Golden State Warriors to 6 games. You just insert Paul George, you insert Kawhi Leonard, last year's Finals MVP, and I think you take Doc Rivers, and I think that elevates that team into a different stratosphere. I like this Clippers team a lot, but I want to know, are you more excited for them? Or are you more excited to watch the World Series where you get to see a 5'4" Jose Altuve who's balling over at second base? You get to see all the great pitchers with Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole and Zach Greinke. And
hey, man, everyone knows your opinion on this.
Okay, I'll shut
all
up.
Right.
Now
hey,
it's time
baseball
to get to
nerd
Keith,
over there,
Nico,
MLB
and Thomas.
nerd.
But whatever y'all like, I'm not gonna be a jerk. I'll even probably let Gabe judge this because I'm so biased. But we're gonna start with my man Keith. Keith, do you know the rules?
Keith, you there, man? We're having trouble with your connection.
Hold tight. I'm going to put Keith on hold, and I'll start with Nico.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Nico first. Nico, how's life treating you?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good, Nico. Always love
you
your
know.
pets.
You know the question, Nico?
Yes, sir.
All right, my guy. Your time starts now.
All right. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really amped up for the Astros and the Nationals. And to be honest, too, I'm not really amped up for the battle in L.A. I don't care much for the Clippers or the Lakers. I am interested in Wednesday. I am ready to hit the ground floor and go through all the bumps and bruises and growing pains with Team Grizzly. Oh, they're gonna have a rough start. I think they're gonna have a January bump and get them over the 26.5 prediction. But that is what I'm interested in. And of course, my Vikings on Thursday.
Go, Nico,
okay,
go.
Okay,
Not
okay.
bad. That's how you do it right there, man. That was a good start. Nico doesn't really care about the Nationals. He doesn't really care about the Astros or baseball. And he's not really that excited about the King of L.A., but he is fired up for the Grizzlies. He's fired up that they're playing the Heat on Wednesday, and I don't blame him because that's something to get fired up. And I know a lot of Memphis fans, we've been so used to grit and grind, and we love Mark, and we love Mike, and we love Zebo, and we love TA, and we love all that stuff. But you know what? It's kind of like when you get divorced. You're just ready to get out there and date that new thing, and it might be young. Oh, never mind. That's a bad. I'm going to shut up now because I'm being silly. I just wanted to actually give my man a little bit of time to check on Keith. Sounds like Keith's phone's a little bit messed up right now. So I'm going to go to my friend Thomas. Thomas, how are you today?
What's going on, John? I'm doing fine. How about you, John?
Dude, what's up, Mr. Bates? Life treating you well?
Yes, sir. It treating me all right, man. I have no complaint.
Good,
Thomas,
good.
You familiar with the question?
Yes, sir.
Well, then your time starts right now.
I am more ready for these baseball World Series than I am the NBA because the NBA had about, 82 more games to go. But this is the end of the professional baseball season to crown the new Major League Baseball champion, what we call the World Series. And what's intriguing to me is that both these teams won right around, between the two of them, won right around 200 baseball games, which is incredible. And I'm glad to see that the Nationals finally made it after all these years, and Houston got a chance to win their second title, and I can't remember how many years, but I'm more intrigued with this World Series due to the fact that the pitching staffs, both of those pitching staffs are excellent. So I'm more intrigued with the World Series than I am the NBA right now.
That's my man,
Time up.
Thomas
Okay,
Bates. That's
okay.
how you roll right there. That was strong.
You
man,
are.
Nico
You're
and Thomas.
So,
yeah, I know I'm
You're
biased.
so biased.
But hey, I like
Look at
Nico's
this.
too.
Yeah, and he said he's not excited for either, really.
But you know what? He
Interesting.
did make me feel good because I know that he's like me. I'm not very excited about the Lakers neither, but I am fired up about baseball.
I'll tell you what, we got Keith finally. Keith is
Oh, you
actually
fixed
sounding.
it?
He's sounding clear. He's sounding
Whoa.
clear, man.
You must be a magic man. Keith,
Yeah.
how's life? Uh-oh.
Oh, you there, Keith?
Oh, no. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you, man. We got
Great.
you.
Oh,
We got you. Are you about? You know the question?
Yes, sir.
All right, then you get your time started right now.
Hey, like you, Johnny, I got the season has to finish for baseball, but it's a little bit more personal. It's something that me and my dad, we shared together, and it goes back to where Toronto won the World Series with Joe Carter. And it was something that we both enjoyed, and I was a little kid at the time. I saw the excitement on my dad's face. I was excited, and it's something that we celebrate every year. We sit down together, and we watch the World Series. It's just us, and we bond, and we talk about the season and how great it was.
Keith,
There's
I just
the
got to
time.
say,
There-
damn, son. Keith knows me.
Hey, man.
Right, if he doesn't know me, he knows I got a big old soft heart. And, like, dude, I watched that Joe Carter hit that home run off my man Mitch Williams, and that was like, I know exactly what Keith is talking
Pulling
about.
at the heartstrings.
I watched that with my dad, too, and that was like, I'll never forget that moment. I can still remember the exact room we were sitting in. Like, I can feel that room. I can remember him freaking out. I remember saying, Dad, is Mitch Williams going to be okay? You know, like, he just gave up the home run. Like, he was the wild thing, you know? And, yeah, dude, this is Thomas.
It's going to be very interesting picking a winner.
All right, well,
today.
now I'm going to give away at least two then.
Okay.
So then
you're going to leave one person
out? I
out.
don't know. See, I can't leave out one person. This stinks.
Yeah, you can. You can leave two people out, too.
I don't want to leave out two. I don't want to leave out any of them. I like all three. All right, dude, I'm going to let you get to be the jerk. I'm going to make you the jerk today. Pull out Judge Johnny, and I'm going to give it to my bailiff.
All rise for Judge Johnny.
Bailiff Gabe, who's probably the biggest bailiff there is around.
No, probably not. All right.
Well, yeah, I've seen some bailiffs.
You know what, man? So how many? We giving away one
We're giving
today?
away two, man.
Okay, we're giving away two. You know what? I have to go with Keith, man. Pulled at the heartstrings. I really like where he's coming from with that one. Keith, you're our first winner. Now between Nico and Thomas.
See, I'm biased as hell.
This is tough. This is definitely very tough.
Nico's one of my favorite Texans,
yeah,
too.
Absolutely. I completely agree with Thomas in the fact that this is the end-all, tell-all of the MLB season.
And there's a lot of 82
certain
for the rest
excited.
of the team,
You should be somewhat excited for it. The NBA season, while yes, at times it could be more game to game, more enticing, more fun than the MLB. You got to understand, it is the World Series, man.
Yep.
And regular season NBA does not really do it for me. I'm sorry, Nico. You're gonna have to call it another time.
But
I know
don't you hate
will.
though? Because I got to say this. I'm gonna just so Nico can hear it. It does stink for Nico because he was just being honest.
He was being very honest.
When he, in honesty, got him eliminated, and that stinks.
Nico, but I know Nico will call back and hit us
Nico's
back,
gonna
man.
call him back. I love you, Nico. You're gonna
But
win
yeah,
eventually.
I'll get you guys here
But
at the
Thomas
break.
Bass and my man Keith, dude. When you pulled on that, when you dropped this thing about my dad, and then especially, I don't even know how you knew that. Like I was watching Joe. Well, man, I guess all dads and their kids might have been watching if we're around the same age. But like that Joe Carter home run. Like, I'm dead serious. That's one of those moments, well, I'll never forget. It's like kind of watching LeBron when he put the ball off the backboard or, you know, back in the day for the oldest person.
I guess my point here is when you talk about the NBA season compared to the World Series, like there's going to be historical moments in the World Series, whereas this first night of the NBA
We
season,
won't remember.
come on now. Like really, are we going to remember it? Yeah, unless something drastic happens.
Which is a bad thing.
Yeah, so I'm not there with the NBA season.
LeBron
Sorry.
could drop 100, or Anthony Davis and LeBron can each drop 50 points tonight, and we still will be talking about Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole if they give us a historic performance. I think more so. But congratulations. All three of you callers did a great job. I appreciate y'all. And Ocean Blue appreciate y'all. When y'all head out there to 6600 Stage Road at 118, Suite 118 in Bartlett, it's 38134. It's Ocean Blue Seafood and Bar. It is out of control good. You will love it. I love it. I promise you. And again, their happy hour starts right when my show ends and goes till 6. You say you listen to it on Johnny Radio's happy hour. They're extended till 8 o'clock. That's Ocean Blue Seafood and Bar. Now, we've been having fun talking about the NBA and the World Series. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I am so excited. Wow, this is crazy. I love football, by the way, too. I love football, but I just love me a little bit of I'm reading my friend's text on my phone. I love all y'all. By the way, shout out, what's up, Fish? Now, I just want to tell you, I love the NBA season. But again, I don't know how it is that with the World Series being here, even if you're a marginal fan of sports, and this is something where I honestly am a hypocrite because I did this with hockey. Like, I didn't watch the hockey finals and all that stuff. But you want to know something that's so sad? I ended up making my first hockey bet, ended up watching the whole game of hockey, and I actually liked it. And I kind of think I'll end up starting watching a little hockey playoffs and, like, pay attention to the Predators. But what I'm saying is, in any sport, when it's like the best in the world, when it's the NBA, MLB, NCAA, national championship football or basketball, whenever there's like the creme de la creme and all you've worked for, and you're going to see these young men put it all on the line. I mean, that's what makes, one magic moment in the NCAA. You get to see all these teams at the very end. It's down to the Final Four. World Series, all these teams playing their tail off. 162, and now they're here at the end. And you got Max Scherzer, Garrett Cole, Steven Strasburg, Zach Greinke, Justin Verlander. We're going to get to see some Kate Upton, baby. That's a little extra something special, though, at this World Series. I know you can sit there and say, well, we get to see, what's Tom Brady's wife's name?
Giselle.
Yeah, Giselle. Oh, we get to see Giselle during the Super Bowl.
Bunkin.
Bro.
How do you say her last name?
It's Brady. Giselle Brady.
No, it's not. It's probably a dash.
Boomshin.
You know she did not just take Brady.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably he's got his last name. It's Tom Brady.
She's got a name for herself. She ain't just taking Tom's
She's like,
name.
yo, I make more money than you, homie Tom. Get real. But anyway, somebody's on the phone. He's taking care of business. I'm gonna get back to doing my thing. But what I was saying? I was saying. We got Lakers. We got Clippers. It's gonna be interesting. You got Frank Vogel, Doc Rivers. But it's about LeBron and AD and Kawhi and all that good stuff. But again, for me, Garrett Cole, Max Scherzer, nothing gets better. I hope that y'all will be paying attention. I think this will be a great one. And I got some people who are texting in. And one guy texts in and says, so Ty Lue's a good coach. And I just saw that one. And I just wanted to also say is, did you not see him get a championship ring? Did you not hear LeBron James literally on his show say the best coach he's ever played for was Ty Lue? I mean, he's like one of the best players in the world, if not the best. I'm still an MJ guy. But he just... like you kind of just discredit Ty Lue. Now my man Bill wants to call in. He wants to talk about Joe Carter in the World Series. And I got to take this call because that was one of those World Series that I will never forget. What's up, Bill?
Yeah, man, I wasn't with my dad. I was with my wallet. I saw it fly out the freaking window. Mitch Williams, literally, that series, I think, was Toronto not up 3-1 in that series? Man, I had a freaking parlay on that. I was fixing to rake in the freaking money. And I'm like, why are you continuing to pitch Mitch Williams? He can't throw a strike. And then when he actually does finally throw one,
Carter rips it.
To Joe Carter, and he hit like 750 freaking feet. I was like, literally came through my TV screen and hit me in the 40. I was like, I cannot freaking believe this. I'm still in counseling today. And they bring it up, and I go through shakes and stuff.
I'm so sorry.
He brought up some
like 1993 was a rough day. It was a rough year for my man Bill, the mayor. And now I know why you're the mayor.
It seems like it was yesterday. Was it not? Was it not last year?
No, I know it feels like that. Yeah, it was 1993. Believe it or not.
No,
can you believe that? Yeah, that's how old we are.
Not really, because I literally, when I hear that name, Mitch. I know you have to hear Williams. I just hear Mitch. And I'm like, just start shaking. I mean, that series, I mean, Lordy mercy. I don't know. Man.
Think about it,
you
too.
You brought it up like that. It's just amazing. It was amazing to me. They kept throwing. Well, who was the coach? Was that Dallas something? Supposed to be some pitching coach genius, too? I mean, that series destroyed me.
Oh, I was going to say, and it's also like you had that 6-5 lead going into the ninth inning, and then you hear the wild thing, and instead of everybody getting all excited, like you actually saw the Toronto fans screaming, "Yes, Mitch is coming in!" So, yeah, that's not very good. But
yeah, he didn't have to stay at the hotel. Fans let him stay at their house for free. It was like, come on up here to Toronto and need you to pitch. I mean, but he didn't just lose that one game. He lost, like, every freaking game they lost in that series. And I'm like, it made no sense, but I remember that home run. I mean, I literally saw the pitch come out of his hand like, oh, my God, no.
Do you know, real quick thing, do you know what that home run did to him?
Yeah, okay, so?
No, I'm just curious. Did you? No, I know how it is. I was going to say, he ended up making it back to TV, but do you know, like, he ended up the wild thing after he gave up that home run? Like, he went, like, absolutely, like, basically up in the woods and disappeared for a few years and didn't even talk to a human. He said he was so distraught. You weren't going to find him in the woods.
I had 3 guys looking for him. They were waiting for him out by his driveway. He knew.
How many other people you think were looking for him?
I bet a lot.
That's the question.
That's why he was hiding.
They were in a line. There was a line of cars. So
well, he should have just moved to Toronto. Hey, Bill, take care of business out in the bush, all right?
All right, I'm headed to my counselor now.
That's my man, Bill. Sorry about it. Now, I know how that feels because, like my old man tells me, him and his brother were literally drinking the money that they thought they just won. And then Doug Flutie drops back and throws this dang Hail Mary. And he says that miracle Hail Mary. He says every time he still sees it today, he starts twitching and shaking because he's like, you just don't understand. At that time, me and Derek really didn't have that money. And, oh, that one hurt. Oh, that one hurt. So I can understand, yeah. I do know those painful losses. It's kind of like the whole, I'll never forget, like the whole Tom Brady Tuck Rule game. Like I had the Raiders. Like the Raiders, like I thought we won that sucker, man. And then when we jacked that bad boy, luckily I jacked.
See, that's a depressing one because we know how that should have gone. Mm-hmm. You know, it should have, but
that broke me. It broke my heart. Didn't hurt
rough,
my wallet,
man.
but
You really had the Raiders.
Yeah, it broke my heart because it was ended up jack. I ended up jacking because I think they were +3. But anyway, point is, I know how those things feel. But congratulations to our winners. We're coming back with my favorite thing in the whole wide world, which is Hardin Wood. But I do want to remind y'all something very, very important. I don't get to talk about all these unbelievable stories that I know y'all love to hear without my amazing sponsors. And there's one sponsor in particular that a lot of people seem to be extremely confused about, and that's Your CBD Store. And I understand why you're confused because CBD seems to have just popped up everywhere, and it seems like everybody and their grandmother has a question for it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. CBD is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, but unfortunately, it is shady. If you haven't noticed, 1,400 people have gotten sick. We've had deaths across the country from vaping. But I will like to tell you, though, this has not been from CBD. This has been from vaping cartridges that are THC, black market cartridges that had vitamin E acetate in it. Your store should have this test done on every product. And from basically manufacture to its packaging, everything should be done right there in-house. That way you know your product is pure. That's why I love Your CBD Store. South Haven, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, and, of course, Cordova. So wherever you're at, you can go to them. But the one thing I'm going to tell you is the reason I recommend them is because they have SunMed. They have the best products. SunMed, I think, is the best product out there. But they also have they have all the analysis, all their certificates. They can tell you what you need. Like you go in there and tell them your problems. They'll say, well, you need a oil tincture or you need a water soluble or maybe gummies or a topical cream. If your pet struggles from anxiety, CBD might be, they have pet products with CBD. They have e-liquids for vaping, and it's SunMed, and again, it's pure, it's testified, it's no vitamin E acetate, you're not going to get sick, it's actually going to help you, and that's at 680 North Germantown Parkway, that's 680 North Germantown Parkway, Cordova, Tennessee. Poplar, 3157, that's 3157 Poplar, and then the original one, 1076 Goodman Road down in South Haven. Check them out, it's just simple. Your CBD Store, and it's all about health. Check them out. I promise you'll be glad you did. Now, I'm coming back to give you my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and that's my favorite segment. That's Hardin Wood, because they are the best stories of the day. So whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
I hired Nuptial Num Nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Did you know Davis Motorhome Mart is one of the top 10 Tiffin dealers in the U.S.? Come tour the 7.5 acres of beautiful travel trailers, motorhomes, fifth wheels, and toy hauler towables half-tons. Motorhomes from 27 feet up to 45 feet from brands like Winnebago, Coachman, Puma, Highland Ridge, and Tiffin. Take advantage of Davis Motorhome Mart's big blowout sale on 2019s and 2020s on their way. Stop by your gateway to travel freedom. Davis Motorhome Mart at 1145 East Brooks Road in Memphis. Call 901-332-3414 and cruise by the website davismotorhomes.com.
It's game on at the new Moneyline Book Bar and Grill inside the Gold Strike Casino Resort. Now you can bet on all of your favorite sports and watch the games on 60 HD TVs while you lounge in plush seating and enjoy craft beers, signature cocktails, and great food. Plus, don't miss the Topgolf Swing Suite, a virtual reality experience with a variety of fun interactive games every sports fan will love. Visit the Moneyline Bar, Book and Grill at Gold Strike Casino Resort for Monday Night Football happy hour specials. Or anytime you want a piece of the best sports action in Mississippi.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the
Evening Train. What's up, Jerry? Rest in peace, brother. I know you're doing good up there. All you peeps out there, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And you know what we're about to get ready for? A little bit of Hardenwood. And we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg, and it doesn't have anything to do with Kansas. Can you believe it? Like, you would think if we're talking Snoop Dogg and Hardenwood, we'd have to be talking Kansas. But guess what? Nope, this is just about his birthday and a guy who makes $50,000. 67129, that's 67129. That is the First Bank text line, 67129. Can you guess what Snoop Dogg pays homie $50,000 a year to do? He has one job, $50K a year. What does he do? 67129, that's 67129. I'm chilling in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. And don't forget, Family Leisure, they got factory direct pool tables and spa sale going on right now. Free installation on all stock pool tables, baby. And by the way, pool tables as low as $1,299. Are you kidding me, homie? Get real. And plus, they got discounts, additional discounts on all kinds of stuff. Whatever you do, head over to Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40, and I'll see you. Oh, I think Toys for Tots. Y'all know that place, right? Oh, yeah, we were there last year. Remember that? That's Family Leisure. 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40. You'll love it. I love it. We all love it. Now, you know what time it is? Let's go to Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
I'm waiting for the text at 67129. What does Snoop pay somebody $50,000 a year to do? 67129. If you get it right, I'm just going to laugh.
You don't get anything.
But we
get laughs. Okay?
We get laughs, and you get my my love. How's that?
Let me say, I would take this job. I would absolutely take this job.
I would take it right now.
And I wonder if he gives them benefits.
Well, I figured the benefits, you could probably get to smoke them.
Did you?
Is that a benefit, by the way?
Wait, what?
Like I figured the benefit would be you would get to smoke them.
No way.
Like,
see, no.
You're
getting paid $50. No.
So he doesn't get to smoke on his product?
I don't know. See, now you're giving away. You're giving away what the punchline is.
Whoops. Oh, sorry.
Let me start here because this is very disturbing. There was a home intruder last night in Columbus, Ohio, okay? And a Columbus mother, Erica Hill, has a 2-year-old son. And there was a home intruder, and they came in. There was a 22-year-old woman named Elizabeth Hickson, and she was giving Erica Hill's son, 2-year-old son, a bath. That's what she did. She broke in to give her son a bath. That's what Erica Hill walks in, and she sees the bathtub filled up and this other woman giving her son a bath, her 2-year-old son. This is like the weirdest story I think I've ever seen in my life. There was no foul play. There was nothing.
Like,
it's weird. It's very weird.
How scary this is.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now. If I walked in and saw that, I'm right now like I'm glad a woman
I would
walked
tremble.
in.
I would tremble. Like I would. I don't know what. That would be the weirdest situation.
I just think
ever.
eventually, like I don't know. Like my initial reaction would be to attack.
Oh yeah, I would immediately.
So what happened? They're like nobody.
She walked in. She fought the woman off, and
She
she
did?
did attack the. She
Oh, she did?
attacked.
I
She
figured she
attacked
would've.
Elizabeth Hickson, and put her in a chokehold and called the cops, and then it was over from there. But I couldn't imagine, like, how weird of a situation that was. She said she has never heard of anything like this, and neither have I, Erica. But you have to respond to that. That's just very, very.
That's
very
weird.
And not to mention, it wasn't that she was coming home. She was asleep in her bed, and the dog started barking, and that's how she was.
By the
aware
way, I'm
of
glad you mentioned that.
Have dogs.
Have dogs. It's very important that dogs save that baby. Kind of.
Well, I was going to say,
Could've.
like, save the baby. Like, this woman literally, like, by all reports, was straight up just giving the kid a bath.
Well, I mean, what was she? What if she wanted to drown him in the end? Who knows? Like, people are nuts, man.
Well, this woman's clearly nuts, but I hope, I mean...
I hope not too, but man, like I said, you never know. There's like absolutely straight up lunatics everywhere. But I do want to tell all y'all very important, something I haven't mentioned all day long. Do y'all know what today is? It's Make a Dog Day. It's National Make a Dog Day. Make a Dog Day, please. I never had a dog in my life. I never cared for dogs. I did not understand dog people. I thought y'all were crazy. I got a dog, and I never realized how much love.
And then he got another one.
And now I got two of them. Yeah, I got another one. And I'm not kidding with you. They're my fur babies. I love them. I love my children. And I
Were you
used to get
surprised?
mad at people who would call their dogs their babies. I would get mad and be like, no, they're not babies. I have babies. These are children. Those are dogs. They're different. Now, I understand completely. Like, I get it. Like, you walk in the door, they give you love every single day.
Yeah, you're
unconditional love.
You're a little pup guy. You like little dogs.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, those are the dogs that I've had.
Okay.
And plus, I live in like a condo downtown. It's not
So
like
you
I
were
can have
surprised. You were
huge
surprised.
dogs.
You were surprised when you walked in my house and saw that big old thing.
I like those dogs. Like, see, I like big dogs. My brother has the biggest German Shepherd you've ever seen in your life, and it's the nicest dog in the whole world. Like, I like dogs of all sizes, but I do like the fact that mine are little because they fit in my home and they can hang out. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they're cuddly type dogs, but I like the big ones. But today, whatever, it doesn't matter if you like big ones, little ones, whatever. Go to a shelter, adopt a dog. I promise you, like this lady, 2 weeks ago, I adopted this dog out of the city animal shelter. She's very old. She was covered in fleas, very weak from malnutrition, and extremely dirty. She had 72 hours before they put her down. Today, she is happy and loves her toy lamb chop. Make a Dog Day. There's just so many stories. Like, there was this one dog, by the way, like, I seriously was going to cry. Like, this dog got paralyzed, and this lady adopted it because they were going to put it down, and she loves it, and the dog loves her, and they've been living together for 5 years and are best friends. Dogs are awesome. It's Make a Dog Day. Go out there and make somebody happy. But also go to Johnny_radio because I tweeted this out. Did y'all see the dude who went Yosemite Sam on, like, trying to deal with critters? He almost killed his dogs. Luckily, he didn't. But dude stuck a tube of dynamite down into like, you know those annoying little things that destroy your yard? They burrow under it. What are they, moles?
Moles.
Yeah, moles. They're real annoying, and you can't get rid of them or whatever. So homie was mad that his yard had moles all
He
through
went
it.
full Caddyshack, man.
So he went full Caddyshack and put dynamite in there, and I don't think he realized that it was going to blow his whole damn yard up, and his whole yard
How do you not
blows
realize
up.
that? How do you not realize? Like,
Dude is an
realistically,
idiot.
how do you
Dude's
not
an idiot.
realize that?
That's how. But by the way, that was funny. Now, there's one other thing on Twitter that I wanted y'all to see, and I know y'all are gonna laugh. I had no idea about this. There's some unrest in Lebanon. There's unrest all over the world. But bro, y'all know the Baby Shark song? Did you see this? So there's a bunch of protesters, and they're all like chanting in a different language, and they're screaming. They're all going crazy. And there's a lady in a car driving down the street, and she has a baby in the car, and the kid's crying. So she tells the protesters, hey, y'all are scaring my child. You know what the protesters all started doing? They all started singing Baby Shark. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Dude, it was hilarious. It was like 1,000 people screaming Baby Shark, and the kid went from crying to like smiling. So it was a funny video. It's at Johnny_radio. It's just something stupid to make you laugh. Now my man Nico came close. I asked y'all earlier, what does Snoop Dogg do? What is?
You know what, Nico? You might like this guy might do that too.
He might do that too.
Well, but I wonder if Snoop even uses.
Snoop does bongs. He's talked about him because he has he has Leafy, a product, like, and they sell bongs and all kinds of medicinal products and all kinds of marijuana. But he does like his blunts and his junts. And the reason we're bringing this up is because Snoop Dogg, y'all know he's a football coach, and y'all know he's a Kansas. I guess he's a Kansas fan, or at least he's going to get Kansas in trouble. He had a stripper pole on Kansas court. Very, very interesting. Always like basketball. I mean, like, what doesn't go together? College basketball and stripper poles, and Snoop Dogg. It's like his American is apple pie.
I have a question, though. Even if you did that in the NBA stadium, that probably wouldn't be very accepted.
I can't. No, it wouldn't be.
I just
like, honestly,
never mind.
I can't believe Kansas actually.
But what's the job? I got to hear this job.
All right. His job is rolling blunts. Not a joke.
How much does he get paid?
$50,000 a year to be Snoop Dogg's blunt roller. How did we find this out? Well, I think somebody was trying to step on his turf because Snoop Dogg had a birthday and he got a bouquet with, like, I think he's 48 or 43, one or the other, and he had 43 or 48 pre-rolled joints. So dude was like, yo, stop trying to step on my turf. He's already got a dude that does that, and $50K a year.
I wonder if he gives him insurance and an insurance plan too.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Is
what does this job fully entail? Is it literally just like Snoop's like, hey, roll me a blunt?
He's got to pre-roll 20 blunts a day for Snoop.
That's the minimum expectation.
That's what he has. That's his job requirement. He's got 20 blunts a day.
You think he gets through more than 20 though a day, right?
Well, that's just the minimum, man. He has to have like when he wakes up, Snoop grabs like 20 rolled blunts and rocks out. And he don't like them like pre-rolled. He likes them hand-rolled by this guy.
And also, like, do you imagine a job interview for this? That's the question. Like, how did he pick this guy? Like, this guy had the perfect.
I'm gonna tell you how it happened. He smoked on this joint and said, "Dude, who smoked? Who rolled this blunt?" And this dude,
guy raised his hand.
I did it, and he's like, "Yo,
do it again. Do it again.
You can do it again. I'm gonna give you $50K a year." Next thing you know, he moved to dude L.A. Probably from Jamaica. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is when I was in Jamaica, I can say this because when I was in Jamaica, I was in Ocho. And dude, I'm not playing. These guys could roll a joint with like one hand, like a blunt with one hand. It was like crazy. I was like, damn, they're good. Like one hand, and they had to. Like, so they didn't even need two hands. They just were that good. They had I guess they were breaking up some.
I'm just saying, if you're paying him $50,000, okay, he better be the best one in the world.
He's got to be. I mean, do you think that Snoop's gonna have somebody that's not
like?
Good?
Why can't Snoop do it himself and not pay $50,000?
Because he's rich. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Would you do that? Okay, you have a bunch of money. Are you paying $50,000 for someone to roll your stuff? Like, why wouldn't you just do it for you? You would probably like your own.
I like. Yeah. Well, this is a very difficult question because I've never been rich.
Okay.
So I don't know how I would handle myself. I would probably have some very stupid things that are different than some. Like some rich people, might have a nice collection of books in their library. I might have a collection of High Times or something. I don't know. And a bunch of sports memorabilia. It'd be like the cross between the Amsterdam and the Hall of Fame.
I have a question.
In Canton.
Moving on here. Is Steph Curry, in your opinion, as of right this second, a Hall of Famer? Just a question. Just a weird question. Okay.
Whoa, I've never thought of that.
Isn't that interesting, right?
Like right now?
Right now. Would you say no?
Oh, damn.
No or yes?
Right now, if his career ended today, he's got, 3 titles? He's got as many as LBJ, best three-point shooter ever. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he might not have the duration of most, but where he's at, I would say, am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I think it's we're talking about hypotheticals. If his career ended today, which probably is not happening. But guess what? Michael Jordan says he's not.
What?
Michael Jordan says he's still a great player. And he said this on NBC's Today. And it was just the most interesting thing because he said he's not a Hall of Famer yet.
He's a career 44%.
I mean, he's the best shooter of all time.
Shooter.
And I don't even think it's not all that close. I mean, just what he can do shooting the ball is unlike anything we've ever seen. And he's won multiple championships doing that. Warriors are a dynasty.
He's a 2-time MVP too, isn't he?
Yeah. No finals MVPs, though.
Yeah, because KD got that.
That's one of the biggest things. People shoot him down for that, and it's like he's an MVP, though.
Well, look.
He's always an MVP candidate.
Like, Iggy deserved it. Iggy was great that year. It's not a knock on Steph. And, like, Kevin Durant is bad to the bone. I mean, like, I'm saying, I'm sorry, Michael Jordan. I usually would never say I would ever disagree
I think he's crazy
on
on this
basketball.
one. I do.
I love Michael Jordan. Like, I love Michael Jordan. But this one, he is absolutely bat-you-know-what crazy. Now, there's a lot of other crazy stuff that's going on in this world, but I got to pick for you. Kristaps Porzingis trying to get himself into a sports car. That's crazy. Did you see that video?
Well, I mean, you'd have to, like, cut off the roof and, like, replace it.
Holy cow, that is so funny.
If you go get one, you'd have to get it custom made, right? If you're 7'2".
Dude, it is hilarious seeing. Like, he literally cannot drive he has to have a custom-made car.
Like, I can't fit in sports cars, okay? And I'm 6'4". Like 7'2", I don't understand why you'd even try. Just get like a big-ass Suburban.
Oh, and by the way, since you mentioned NBA Hall of Fame, I don't know why, they just popped something in my head. I do have to say rest in peace. My man Willie Brown of the NFL, who's in the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time, won 3 Super Bowls, 4 Pro Bowls, and was an AFL All-Star 5 times. He passed away. Rest in peace. Silver and black, man. We'll talk back with y'all in a minute about a little thing called the World Series. Max Scherzer, Garrett Cole is going down for real. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1, and of course, 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender. If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing. DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
I hired Nuptial Num-Nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
I know I say this all the time.
What, that Central Barbecue goes perfectly with whatever's happening this month?
Well, yeah, but this month it's really true.
Because it's the baseball playoffs.
Well, yeah, and...
We're in the heart of college football season where a lot of the biggest games happen. What better time for Central Barbecue?
Well, come on, let me...
And, of course, the race is really on in the NFL, and what goes better with football than Central Barbecue?
Oh, all right, seriously.
And if, it's also the beginning of hockey season.
That's not fair. You wouldn't even let me see hockey season?
Central Barbecue and sports always go great together.
What he said.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy Ghost and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words?
Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And you're right, Kurt. Who needs action when you got words? Well, I got words, and I'm going to give you a little words to get some action, baby. Because if you want that action, well, it's tonight. It's the World Series, and get ready to lock and load and rock and fire because you got two pitchers on the mound, and I want you to think about what I'm about to tell y'all. Yes, tonight when the World Series, the 2019 World Series, kicks off, well, first pitch. When that happens, I want you to think about what you're going to have. Garrett Cole starting for the Houston Astros, a pitcher who has not lost. When was his last loss? Think about this. July. Yep, it's October, homie. It is, wait. It's October what, 22nd? It's October 22nd. The last time he lost was the first week of July. July, August, September, and almost all of October. Dude, if he doesn't lose another game, he will go 4 months without losing a baseball game in pros. Garrett bleeping Cole. By the way, you can talk about Garrett Cole. He's pretty bad to the bone, but guess what? The guy opposing him, Max Scherzer, he's only 4-1 in his career on the road in playoff games. That's not bad either. Couple Cy Youngs. And by the way, the bullpen for the Nationals, that's right now the glaring weakness. It owns a 4.76 ERA in the postseason. If you look at the Astros bullpen, it's held up. If you look at the Astros starting pitching, it's held up. If you look at the Nationals starting pitching, it's held up. If you look both teams, they're both hitting, both playing good in the field. The only weakness out of either team to me, it looks like right now it could be the Nationals bullpen, but you never know. It could be the strength because when a series starts, it always gets crazy. But tonight, I will tell you, if you're going to play this game, I can't lay 200 and take Garrett Cole, and I can't take plus 180 and go against him, even while getting Max Scherzer. I like under 7. That's why I've already bet it. I'm probably going to think this thing's going to go down to 6.5 if it already hasn't. But the only thing I can take is the under. It's the World Series. Everybody's going to be, I think, a little extra tight. The Nationals have been off with so much rest. I think it's going to be hard for them to get back, and especially to get back in the groove against a pitcher like Garrett Cole. You cannot, listen, you can practice, you can get prepared. You have spring training for a reason, but having a layoff this long when you're used to playing every day is not usually good for a baseball team, and you cannot simulate facing a Garrett Cole. You just cannot do it. I don't care what they have these pitching machines doing. You can't simulate a Garrett Cole. It's going to be difficult. I think today it's going to be 3-1 Astros. I think the Astros are going to win, but it's going to be too close for me to call, so I'm going under. I think the World Series is going to be awesome. Now, I think it's going 7. I think this is a World Series for the ages. If you don't know the Nationals, you're about to learn that they are pretty damn good and for a lot of reasons. If you don't know Juan Soto or Anthony Rendon, you are going to learn a lot for a lot of reasons. And remember, Washington, by the way, in their last 5 games, they're 5-0. They've been on fire. In their last 9 games on the road, they are 8-1 straight up. That is hard. And again, these are the things that I'm trying to say. But also, Houston's 4-1 straight up in their last 5. And by the way, this is why I also like the under. The total has gone under in 4 of Houston's last 6 games, and the total has gone under in 6 of Washington's last games. Under 7. Touch it, taste it. It's going to be great. Get ready for the World Series pitching matchup for the ages, and whatever y'all do, don't touch that dial and get out there. Make this world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace!